Hey, everybody, Katie Lance here, founder and CEO of Katie Lance Consulting and the Get Social Smart Academy. And I'm so excited. We are doing our Academy Spotlight today. We have a very special person in the house. I have a very dear friend of mine that I feel like, I feel like a dear friend because I've known you so long online and in person. Lynda Gill is with us here today. She is with Hawaii Life in beautiful Kauai. She's been a long time Get Social Smart Academy member, a recent alumni of our Get Social Smart Mastermind in Vegas. We just spent some great time together recently. And I'm so excited to chat with you today, Lynda, about your business and social media and anything else that happens to come up. So welcome.
Aloha, Katie Lance. And what I'll add to that is I had the pleasure of I've met you before, but you were here on Kauai over the summer, and we got together at Starbucks and had a really nice meeting, and that was I really enjoyed that. So as so the Katie Lance that you see, that is the Katie Lance in real life person, maybe even a little bit better. So it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you for saying that. That was so fun. And for anyone traveling to Kauai or thinking about traveling to Kauai, make sure you call Lynda. She will tell you all the best places to stay and the restaurants to go to. And yeah, it was so much fun. I think that's one of the best parts of honestly social media is the people like it that where you take those relationships, from online to offline, and that face-to-face stuff. So much fun.
Yep, agreed. That was fun. Yeah.
So for folks who don't know you, like I said, I've known you online for a while and now in person, of course. And I know you're, rocking and rolling in the Kauai market. Can you tell us a little bit about your background? Like how did you get to where you're at? How did you get to, into real estate, and maybe a little bit about like what your business looks like now?
I grew up in Orange County, California, in Huntington Beach. My father was a electrical contractor. My mother was a real estate agent for a little while. And being a real estate agent, it was the last thing that I ever thought that I would do, because my parents would like go ripping into every open house that they ever saw, like we're going to the groceries or we're going someplace and they see an open house. I was so bored. So it's kind of amazing that I got into this. But real estate has always been a part of my life, although I wasn't maybe really super focused on it. And my husband and I were living in Fountain Valley, California, which is, right next to Huntington Beach. And we were coming over here and we fell in love with Kauai. And in 1996, we came up with an 8-year plan to move over here, which we did right on schedule in 2004. And I drove a truck in California. I was a delivery person for a bakery company. I drove like one of those UPS trucks, and I needed to get into actually the real estate agent that we used over here. He inspired me to become a real estate agent because of how he worked. So that I didn't have the best of experiences with real estate agents before. I would just like grab a friend, right? I mean, just get a friend, they have an agent, it's
Right.
They're all the same. And I got burned, or we got burned. And so this time I researched real estate agents, and the one that we used over here inspired me to become an agent. So I got my license before I even moved over here, and started doing real estate in 2004. And I've been a full-time real estate agent since then. And here on the beautiful island of Kauai, focused primarily more on the South Shore of Kauai.
Great. And it is beautiful. Like you mentioned, I got to come out there for the first time this past summer, and we will definitely be back for sure. It is a beautiful spot.
Yeah, and I noticed on your Instagram that you have Maui is your favorite vacation spot. So I have to ask you about that, if that'll ever change at some point.
I know. I do love Maui, but I really fell in love with Kauai too. So they're so similar but so different in so many ways.
So that's the thing, and that's the thing about Hawaii real estate that people might not know is, I thought Hawaii, all the islands are so different. They really are extremely different. So the first step in buying over here is what island resonates with you, or even visiting, just coming back, because they're all very different. They have their own personality. They're all good, but they're all different too.
Yeah, that's such a great point. So that's kind of a good segue for talking about, not surprising. I figured we'd talk about social media and content. So I would love for you to kind of talk a little bit about like how you've been using social media to build your business and I would imagine you work with a lot of folks who, live on the island, but I'm sure you also work with people who are moving to the islands. And, so how has social media played a part in that?
How it's really played out is I put out valuable content, and I put it out in a way in my voice. And that is something that I learned watching you and all the videos that you do. And, I love attending the Monday morning lives that you have on Facebook. And how social media has really played a big part, in addition to promoting my listings, but is also putting who I am out there. And it's so thrilling when somebody says, I saw your video, I like the way that you talk, I like the way that you approach things. And so that's been really, really valuable. I want to work with people that we're gonna have a good partnership. It is a partnership. We have to trust each other. I'm their advocate. I'm their first line of defense. I'm the first person that's showing up for them. So you have to have trust in that person, and they can watch me, they can watch me on social media. They can see what I'm all about. And so that has been one of the biggest benefits of social media. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, no, it absolutely does. And I love that you brought up the word trust, because I think sometimes, we talk a lot about video, and you've heard me say this before. I mean, people get really nervous about how they look and sound, and they want to do it right. And, I always say, like, you look how you look, we sound how we sound. But I get it. It's challenging for a lot of folks. And I love what you said about trust, because I do think, when I think of real estate agents, I totally agree with you. They're real estate agents. You are their biggest advocate. This is probably one of the biggest purchases in their life, whether it's first or 10th or 20th home or whatever it might be. So having that advocate, it puts you in a state of being vulnerable. So you want to have that trust. You want that trust professional. And I love that you said that, how people will say, "Oh, I like how you come across. I like your vibe." And that's, gosh, that's huge. And I just would encourage anyone listening, if you've been hesitant to show yourself on camera, just know, like, that's the flip side. Like, that's the positive business side of it, is you build that trust. And then, like you said, people contact you, and I'm sure you've had this where people contact you and maybe they've been watching your videos for a while, but now they're finally ready to kind of like come out of the shadows and talk to you in person. And they probably feel like they know you, which is kind of cool.
Well, right. And that has happened. I have a weekly blog that I've been writing for years. And I've got a lot of subscribers, and people can sign up, and I don't even know who they are. I know that they signed up and they've been reading my blog for years. And I try to, I write that blog. That's me coming through. It's such a powerful tool, and it's such a service to people. Like they know what they're getting. They know what they're getting, and they know who that other person is. And I've got a story about how I did it wrong. It was when I was first kind of getting into social media, and I belonged to this Facebook group about Kauai. And I was out having lunch, and I was down by the beach, and I thought, oh, this is going to be a really good spot to do like a live thing. So I did. I went live, and I'm like, hey, everybody, it's Lynda Gill, and I'm down here at beautiful Poipu Beach, and look at the sunshine. Oh my God, this is really amazing. And I posted it, and it went live. And later on, I'm looking at the comments, and somebody wrote, "Don't exploit Kauai like that. It's disgusting." And I went, I mean, I reported it to the admin because you're not supposed to have comments like that. But before I did, I really took that in. That was not my voice. That was me being somebody else. And the reason why I did that is because I didn't have my own voice. I didn't have the confidence in who I am. I thought I have to adopt some other kind of, I thought I had to adopt another persona to be on social media. And it was the wrong thing to do, but it was a really, really good lesson. So before I, had that comment deleted, I mean, I really took that in and took inventory of that. And it was like, yeah, that is not. And so anytime I'm ever doing a video and I kind of feel that, hey, everybody, that kind of thing coming in, yeah. I'm like, yeah, no. What's going on, Lynda? Take a breath. What's happening? Why are you not being you? What's going on? And just, pull it back. You've talked about that. Be authentic, be you, share your voice. You might be saying the same thing that we hear other agents say, but you're saying it in your voice. And that's important. And at that time, I was not saying it in my voice. I couldn't stand behind it. So good lesson.
That is a good lesson. I think a lot of people go through that as they, get on camera and they kind of dip their toe into the water. I guess that's a good Hawaii reference, dip their toe into the water, when it comes to social media and content. But I love that you said, you kind of realize now that you have that sort of self-reflection of, gosh, that's not my voice. And sometimes it just takes going through something, like that or getting that feedback. And I think it's great that you took that feedback. You could have easily been like, whatever, but you really took it and we're like, you know what? And I see a lot of your videos and I feel like when I see you on video, it is the same as like when we sat down for coffee or when, we had time together in Vegas. It's like, you are who you are. And so I'm just curious, like, how do you think you found your voice? Was it just by doing like more and more video, like just putting yourself out there more, or was there something else that you did that kind of help you figure out how to find your voice, if that makes sense?
It is through spiritual growth. It is through trusting in a power greater than myself, leaning into that and trusting that rather than me, the shtick that I can come up with. And, I speak only for myself here. There isn't this one clear path. That was my path. And the stuff that would come up and the stuff that would crowd in, all the yammering, working through that was a big part of being comfortable on camera. I mean, if you were to tell me that I'd be sitting here talking to you, if you would have told me that 3-4 years ago, I would have been like, no, I would no, that's not me. But here I am. And also it is in doing the videos, and watching them back. When I watch them back, I'm like, okay, that wasn't me. I drifted into, hey,
Right.
And so it's in the painfulness of watching my videos and just really like put me out there. But if I'm going to put me out there, then I need to be confident in me. So it's more of a question of how did I get confident with me? And that is increasing my spiritual growth. That's kind of at the core of pretty much everything I do.
I love that. That's such a important reminder. That's awesome. We could probably have a whole podcast just about that topic.
Right.
So true.
Success in real estate through spiritual growth. Yeah,
exactly.
That'd be a great podcast.
Exactly. Well, that'll be part 2, right? That'll be our next one.
Yeah, who reminds me a lot of that is Neil Mathwig. You had him on your podcast, and I listened to him and subscribed to his podcast, and it's a lot in line with what he talks about, which I really appreciate.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, Neil's a great guy. We'll link to that podcast below. I know some of you who are watching us are watching on YouTube, or maybe you're watching or maybe you're listening to this as you're taking a walk or something in your podcast app. So yeah, we'll link to that. That was a great conversation. So I would love to kind of ask you a little bit. I know you're obviously doing a lot of video, which is awesome. You're staying true to yourself, which is the best thing. And I see you on different platforms. I know you've got a YouTube channel and Facebook and Instagram, and LinkedIn. Is there any particular place that you're having fun, that you really are enjoying spending time, or maybe a place that you're getting more traction these days?
So you have talked about picking the platforms that like resonate with you, yeah, and so the platforms that I'm on, Facebook and Instagram and YouTube, I really started that more, I'd say. I wish I would have started it earlier. It's but I really only started ramping that up, I'd say, within the last year. And then also posting on LinkedIn, and all four of these platforms are really very, very different, I think.
Mhm.
I have fun on Instagram, but I don't know if my audience is on Instagram so much. My audience is more of the second time, or the second home, the vacation rental market, the second home owner, second home buyer. There you go.
There you go.
Uh, and
I know what
and
you
uh, and
meant.
yeah, and they're on YouTube, and they're on Facebook mostly. So, and LinkedIn. Yeah. So I have fun on Instagram, and
Yeah.
I'm loving the reels, and then I can download my reel and save that as a video and put that on Facebook, or I'm getting into the YouTube shorts. But I'll be posting my first one soon. So those are the platforms that I'm on.
Yeah, I mean, I know we talked about this at the mastermind, but that vertical video, I think if you're already, once you get kind of comfortable with that, and you're already, are you already posting some to Instagram? I definitely recommend posting it to Facebook Reels, you know, posting over to LinkedIn. LinkedIn doesn't really have its own Reels, but you can upload, vertical video over there, and YouTube Shorts. Like I said, I mean, I love that you said each platform is so different, and some people are on all, multiple places, but I think sometimes we think, oh, I don't want to be annoying because I'm, posting this in different places. But I mean, 9 times out of 10, people aren't seeing it. Or if they are seeing it, they're like your biggest fans. They're like, Lynda, we love it.
Yeah.
So it's all good. It's, me. I'm always like, work smarter, not just harder, like repurpose that content. So
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's been something that I'm really going to be leaning into, is putting that content out, repurposing it, putting it out again. And I was afraid, it's like, oh, I already put it out there, I'm gonna annoy people. And you've said, even your biggest fans might not have seen it. I don't see everything that people that I like post, so repost it. Or what we learned in the mastermind that I love is shooting a little promo video. Like I put my market video out there, and on my content, on my scheduler, I'll be putting out another little promo video that I did the video and link back to it. I mean, this is just brilliant stuff.
thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'll keep talking. Well, I'm always about trying to find, I don't know, just the best way of doing things. I always say I'm in the business of social media, but I don't need to spend all day on social media. And we work with obviously realtors and brokers all across really the world, and it's the same thing. It's like, just how can you work smarter and be more efficient,
Yeah.
and still put out good content and everything. So I love that.
Yeah.
Is there any particular apps that you're using these days that you're having fun with? I don't know if there's any editing apps that you're using, or I don't know, any tools for scheduling or posting. I'm just always curious. It's always kind of fun to hear if there's anything new or fun that people are using.
Yeah. So I like Video Shop for my videos. I have found that one to be very, very easy to use. So Video Shop on my phone, to and Canva is another great one for my videos. And I mean, God bless whoever, it was an Australian woman, I'm pretty sure. Because when I first signed up with Canva, it was this Australian woman that was giving lessons, and I was listening to her lessons, and I guess she sold it or something, but I mean, God bless the person that started Canva. It is so easy. It is effortless. And I can create some really professional looking videos, content through Canva. So I like Canva, Video Shop, and I can tell you the app that I'm having the most fun with, and that is I just a gal at the mastermind. It's called Revive. And you can Revive, and you can put a picture in and have them singing.
Oh,
And
I remember this app.
right. So I'm having a lot of fun with that. Oh, and then
And wait, that one's called Revive, is that right?
yeah. Oh my
Okay.
God. It's
All right.
so fun.
We'll link all these apps below so you guys can download them.
Yeah. So what I'm doing with Revive, I'm still messing around with it, is I'll get a picture of my husband and I'll have him singing something, and then I'll text it to him just to mess with them, having lots of fun with that. And then okay, so here's one that is my new favorite, captions.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. So that is but here's the thing that I'm here's a tip about captions, is people are using captions, but then they're also having the captions turned on Instagram. So that I really got to watch, because it really gets busy. You got the Instagram captions,
Right.
and then you get the big captions, and it's like
It's a
it's a lot going. It's like, we get it. You have captions. Yeah. So
that is a fun app.
but oh, that is a great app. I love it.
Yeah, for anyone watching who hasn't seen it, Captions is an app. You probably, if you're on TikTok or Instagram Reels, you've probably seen people. Actually, I think some of our recent Reels, we have this where like the captions, you can change the color, and the default for captions is like green and white, which is fine, but you can actually go in and change it to your color. So I usually go in and change it to like our red and like teal, and then it'll like automatically like highlight certain words, and you can like have little emojis pop up. It's pretty cool. I think it looks really slick. I always do like to read it really quickly. So if I record something and I add captions, I always like to read the captions, just because every once in a while it's like, wait, what is this word?
Oh, well, you know, like that is an absolute must for me, because of the spelling over here. You know, oh yeah, you'll say a Hawaiian word and it comes out as something really, but it's so easy. It's so easy to change. You can add emojis, and that one I'm just digging into, but it's very economical too. I used to send all my videos through rev.com. That's another great one. I'm a big believer in captions. I like, why not, put I put captions on a lot of my videos. So
makes it accessible, which is, I think, really important.
Yep. So this is a lot easier and quicker than rev.com for the short ones. For the longer ones, the market videos, for sure. That's who I'm going to use.
And Rev is also really good. We've used Rev in the past for getting your videos transcribed. So if you ever, I know you mentioned you have a blog. We've done this in the past where we've transcribed some of our videos, put them into our blog, or if you have an email newsletter. It's just kind of nice, because sometimes people, especially if we talk about videos, some people still like to read, like they still, especially for something like you said, a market report, or maybe something longer than just a few minutes. So,
well, right. And so let me throw in one more. It's called teleprompter. When I'm doing my market reviews, I do not have the stats in, for the whole island in my head, the median price last year, what it is compared to this year, how much it went up, how much it went down. I don't have that. So I can do teleprompter and be looking right at the screen and have that come up. So that is a great app.
That's a really good one too. I've used teleprompter, and I don't really script hardly anything I say, but I could see, to your point, anything with numbers. I mean, obviously you're not going to have all that in your head. So obviously some stuff, but to be able to just kind of like bullet point it out. And it is nice because instead of looking at a piece of paper, it can just be right on your screen and you can speed it up or slow it down. It takes a little practice, but once you do it a few times,
Yep.
yeah, that is a really great tool.
Yep.
Yeah, that's awesome. Anything else that you'd like to share about social media or content or lessons learned or advice? The floor is yours.
Okay. Well,
oh, she puts her glasses on.
I
She's
have
got a
some.
list. I love it.
What I'd like to add is a really great part about social media that I didn't expect is the community. And I love lifting other businesses up and other people up. So before I'll post a video, I'll go through and say to another agent, I love that video that you did, or wow, that drone footage was really spectacular. Give them a boost, but be authentic. Authenticity is key, and being authentic keeps me from getting in that sales, used car salesman persona,
Yeah.
which is being authentic, saying lifting other people up in a really authentic way, and then posting my stuff, and giving back before I put something out there. We're putting stuff out there because we're promoting our listings. We're showing people who we are. So lift other people up first, and then put your stuff out there. I have built up relationships with other agents through social media. I also didn't expect that as well. And that's a huge service to my clients. When my reputation in the real estate community, and you can enhance that and show people who you are through social media. Those relationships are really, really important when you're going to be negotiating deals for your clients. And, through social media, you can authentically tell people, wow, great sale, good for you. I love that house, great listing, so that's what I would say is be authentic, lift other people up, highlight other businesses. I also really like doing that as well. My favorite shop or Lappert's has decorated for Christmas, and I kind of do a video, and I've had other businesses that have followed me or commented or thanked me, and just lifting the businesses up around me as well, highlighting them, and that's also gotten me, like, when I'm highlighting other people, I'm a lot more comfortable than than when I got my camera on me. It's so much easier to have that camera flipped around and highlighting them. So I'd say keeping things shorter, talking a little bit faster than I do. I've needed to work on that as well. And I'd say that is that's and then through the mastermind, I was like, Katie, there is no way, with real estate being the way that it is, that I am going to have a calendar. How does that even happen? And I did, when I walked away from the mastermind event, I did feel changed. I did feel that I learned. I did. And I had collateral. I had my calendar. I had videos. I remember that moment when you were like, we're going to go out and do 5 videos. I felt this chill. I mean, it was like, no, there's like,
I think a lot of people felt that way.
Oh my God. Okay, good. I'm glad to hear that.
I know a lot of people did. They were like, you should have seen everyone's face. Like, what are we doing?
Okay. Cause I was like, okay, keep it And it was in the morning, it was like the second morning, and I was like, "Oh, no way, no way." But I did it. And I had 5 videos, and it was, so this wasn't sitting in a seminar, listening to somebody, taking notes, and I had collateral to take with me, and like, you know, and a sense of accomplishment. I can do this. I can do the hair. I can do the makeup. You have the worksheets. I can write it out. I can knock it out. And I got 5 videos, and I've got a calendar. It was, it was really, really, it, having things organized in real estate. Oh my God, that, and I'm very, I like organized. I like structure. I actually wanted to be a librarian. That was my dream when I was a kid. I kind of like that whole Dewey Decimal System, and just really
catalogs.
The book goes right here, not there. The book goes right here. It's like, that's so. So this was, real estate's just anything but. And so being able to create a calendar and have a plan of action and a schedule and a way to get that out there. I mean, I'm walking out with the doable plan, not this pumped up, thing.
Right. Oh, I love that you said that. Thank you for that. It was so much fun to be there, and for anyone listening who's curious about that, we only hold our mastermind once a year, and we do have a wait list. So we'll put the link below if you're curious and you want more information. You want to be on the wait list for next time that we do it. We hadn't done the mastermind in a few years because of COVID and everything, and it was so fun to bring it back. We held it at the Encore in Las Vegas, and we had a small group of about 16 agents. And so it's really fun to spend a few days, have some great meals, have some great conversations, and it's so rewarding to see, just everyone in the room walking away, like you said, with collateral, with videos done and plans done. So it's really cool. And it's exciting that we're able to do that. So
yeah,
for those of you watching, I'll put the link below. You can check it out. I love it. And we will also link to the Academy, because you've been part of our Academy for a number of years. And that's always, I think, such a great place to start. I mean, anyone who's listening who's like feeling like you're spinning your wheels with social media, we created the Academy, gosh, about 7 years or so ago, just as really a place to help agents get smarter about social media and get their plans together. So
with the Academy, because I saw you at a conference, and that's when I joined up with the Academy, and I spent a lot of time initially just tuning into the Monday morning lives that you do, which are early for me, right? I mean, it's like 7 a.m. my time. Now,
you're always on those lives. I'm like, gosh, I'm always like, hello, Lynda.
Well, what I'm really glad is that there's no cameras. If there was cameras on me, you would not be seeing me, but
Exactly.
they're, for half of the year, they're at 7 a.m. for me, and the other half they're at 8 a.m. because we don't change our clocks.
That's right. A little bit better.
So pretty soon here I'm going to get a break. But that was really for anybody like that was really a great way to start. Monday morning, it's even though I could watch the replay, there's something about being there live and seeing so and seeing the comments and interacting. It jumpstarts my week. So I really like that. And then with the with all the information in the Academy, like I was looking at Canva to do a video, like record myself, have a picture, record myself. And we looked at it at the Academy, and I was like, wait a minute, how did I do that? So I went into your site, went to the Canva camp, was able to find it, got it, and did it. It's a tremendous resource, but I'd say, start with the Monday mornings, because those are really fun.
Yes, we love that. And for anyone who doesn't know what that is, inside of our Get Social Smart Academy, I do a Monday morning coffee with Katie. I should have my coffee right here, but now we're in the afternoon, but it's a morning coffee with Katie. And it's just, it's funny. It started out as just kind of this thing we started doing. And I find it's really one of the things that are a lot of our Academy members like the most, because it's that live once a week. It's kind of just for a weekly check-in. I get to do an exclusive training with people, and like you said, there's just something about that live conversation, and they're not on camera, like you said too. So there's no pressure, and
Right.
but it is a lot of fun. So we'll link that also below, so you guys can check that out. Which I think is a great. Oh, I know I'm biased, but I know it's a great resource.
It is truly. I mean, no matter what your voice is, it was a path for me to be able to find that and some resources, and I think it's a tremendous value.
Thank you. Well, I know we could probably keep talking for another hour, but I know you're busy. You got a lot on your plate. This has been so much fun. I so appreciate you taking this time, Lynda. It's been fun just like chatting with you and getting to know you a little bit better, hearing your story. And I love that you're able to share some tips and tools and nuggets. I know that the people who are watching or listening, I'm sure, are writing down some notes. And like I said, we'll link to all the stuff we mentioned below. Is there any place that people can find you, or what would be the best place if people wanted to connect with you? Where would you like to send people?
Go to my website, which is lyndagill.com, and Lynda is spelled Lynda. It was a 60s thing. I don't know. So LYNDAGILL.com. That's where you can find me. And with Hawaii Life, if you Google Lynda Gill Hawaii Life, you'll find me there as well. Their marketing is incredible. It's an incredibly good company for marketing. So I'm really out there now.
Absolutely. Well, we will add that in our show notes below, regardless of wherever our listeners are, and we'll probably link to some of your social channels. People can probably connect with you on, some of the different places you're on: Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, all that good stuff. So,
oh, please. I'd love to connect with them and to lift them up as well. This is all a really great community. So I'd love that.
Thank you. Well, Lynda, thank you so much for being here. We so appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you for asking me, Katie.
Absolutely. And for all of our listeners, thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed this, we would absolutely love if you would hit the like button, comment, feel free to share it out. And if you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts, you can subscribe. If you're watching on YouTube, you can subscribe. We have new videos and new content that come out each and every week. And the likes and the comments and the shares, they really do add up. So we really appreciate that so much. And until next time, we'll see you soon. Thank you again, Lynda. And we'll see you on the next video. Aloha.
You're very welcome. I'll see you, if not the next video, Monday morning.
Exactly. It's a date. All right. Bye for now, everybody.
Bye-bye.